All right, we are going to get started with a quick warm up. We have our ball drop-in workout this morning. It's going to be a total body focus. Go ahead and bring those hands up overhead. We're going to reach towards that ceiling. Reach, reach, reach. Drop to the right. Feeling that stretch through that side body. Pulling ourselves back to center. Drop to the left. Again, feeling that stretch. Pulling ourselves back to center. Right. Back to center. Left. Good. Back to center. We're going to open up those arms. We're going to give ourselves those hugs, keeping those arms at that bend, opening up that chest. Good. And keep them out, and we're just going to get some arm circles. And we reverse. Good. Release. Go ahead and drop over, allowing that upper body to sink, getting into that backside stretch. Taking a couple big deep breaths. Each big deep breath, you're sinking a little deeper into that stretch. We are going to drop that butt. We're going to open up, using that elbow to open up through that inner thigh. Good. Open it. Open. Good. Drop those hands. We're going to pop it back up. Again, continuing to feel that stretch. We're going to take it into that walkout. Right hand comes forward. We're going to drop those hips. Feeling that stretch, shift those hips up. We open up, reach towards that ceiling. Looking through those fingertips, you can get a couple wrist rolls at the top. Big windmill down, back to high plank. Left leg steps forward. We sink those hips. Opening up that knee. Shift that hip up. Open up. Looking through those fingertips at that ceiling. Couple wrist rolls at the top. Good. Back to high plank. One more each side. Right foot drives forward. Again, we feel that stretch. We sink into it. Then we shift those hips up. We open it up. Back to high plank. Left foot steps forward. Again, sinking those hips. Shift those hips. Open up. You can get those wrist rolls at the top. Windmill back down. Back to high plank. We're going to drop those knees. We're just going to get into some cat-cows. While we're low on the floor, arch through that back. We drop looking through. Arching. Good. Arch. Look through. Arch. Look through. Good. Pop it into that downward dog. You can pedal it out. Pedal. Pedal. Good. Walk it back in. We're going to roll it up. We're going to widen that stance. We are going to reach, shifting, rotating through that core, reaching for that opposite toe. Good. Last one. We're going to forward fold it. Hands can drop. We open it up. Back to center. Open. Center. Open. Center. Open. Center. And roll it up. All right, so for equipment, you are just going to need dumbbells this morning. We are going to start. We have 5 exercises. It's going to be 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off. We have 3 rounds. I will cue those up as we go. We are starting with an uneven squat rack. We're gonna squat it, load it. We're gonna curl switch at the top. 45 seconds. Ready? And go. So 45 seconds. One dumbbell's loaded at that shoulder, one dumbbell's hanging at that side. We sit. We dig out of those heels, drive through those heels, core is engaged. We load from that lower body, then we engage that upper body at the top with that curl switch. Drop, drive it, curl switch. Drive through those heels on that squat. We curl switch at the top. 45 seconds. Finding that weight that is challenging, but it's not going to compromise that form in these 5 exercises. And stop. Next exercise, you're down to the floor, you're stepping it out. We have a renegade row, right, left, into a push-up. Ready? And go. Renegade row, right, left. We can drop to those knees for that modification for that push-up. Then you're back up in that renegade row. Right, left, making sure those hips are square to that mat. You are driving those dumbbells. Drive them. Rib cage. Rib cage. You can drop to those knees for that push-up. Lower and lift. Back into those renegade rows. Hands stay on those dumbbells. 5 seconds. Core is pulled in. And stop. You're going to grab those dumbbells. We're going to stand. We're doing a deadlift. At the top, we get that high pull. Deadlift to pull. Ready? And go. So soft bend through that lower body. Deadlift. Pull it. Those hips are going to shoot back to that wall. That belly button is pulled in. You have a slight pinch through those shoulder blades on that drop. So soft bend through those legs. Core's pulled in. Slight pinch through those shoulder blades. Shift those hips to the wall. Squeezing through that lower body, through that back side. At the top, you're driving those dumbbells into that high pull. So we load lower body. Then we drive upper body. Good. 5 seconds. And stop. Dumbbells stay at your side. We have a reverse lunge. We curl on that leg that steps back. Step to center. Reverse lunge. Curl it. In that static lunge, you are curling. Ready? And go. Step back. Reverse lunge. Curl. Step to center. Step it back. Reverse lunge. Curl. Step to center. Good. You're staying in that static lunge through that curl. Full range of motion through that curl. That other dumbbell is not resting against that body. Think farmer's carry hold through that opposite dumbbell. As we step it back, we curl on that step back side. Good. 5 seconds, then we're gonna make our way to the floor and stop. We are making our way. We have a bridged skull crusher. So you're up in that bridge, staying engaged through that bridge the whole time you're getting that skull crusher. Ready? And go. So we bridge up. Hips are high. That belly button is pulled in. Core is engaged. We are dropping at that elbow joint, getting into that tricep. Drop it. Squeeze all the way to the top. Drop. Squeeze. Core and glutes are activated through that bridge the entire 45 seconds while we are working that tricep, that upper body, dropping at that elbow joint. Dumbbells drop right by that face. We extend, we squeeze, and stop. Go ahead and make your way to your feet. If you need to grab a quick drink, we have 15 seconds. We are right back to that uneven squat rack with that curl switch. Going in 5. Ready? And go. So we squat. We curl switch to the top. Squat it. Curl switch. Working on round 2. Clock stays continuous through all 3 rounds. Getting into that strength of those lifts. Curl switch. We drop. Drive through those heels. Core stays engaged. We activate. We drive through that upper body, through that bicep. At the top. Nice job. 5 seconds. And stop. You have 15 seconds. We are done for that renegade row to push up. All right, ready? And go. High plank. Renegade row. Right, left. You can drop to your knees for that push-up. Modification on this one. You can come to tabletop. Knees are grounded. You can get that row right, row left, into that push-up. In that high plank, making sure those hips stay square to that floor, to that mat. Those shoulders are square as we row. Row, pulling, squeezing. Good. Lower and lift through that push-up. And stop. We are going into that deadlift to curl. You have 15 seconds. Within this 15 seconds, if you need to grab that drink, grab that drink. You have 5 seconds to load it up. Ready? And go. So we deadlift. We pull it to the top. High pull. Drop it over. Squeeze. High pull. So again, soft bend through that lower body. We hinge those hips back towards that wall. We squeeze. We drive it to the top, keeping that backside engaged. At the top, we're pulling those dumbbells into that high pull. Those elbows lead. Drive them up. You can have that slow release. Nice job. 5 seconds. And stop. 15 seconds off. We're going into that reverse lunge with that curl in that lunge. So this leg that steps back is the arm that curls. Ready? And go. So we step it back, reverse lunge, curl, step to center, step it back, curl it. Good. Step it back, bicep curl, step to center. You can get that full range. We're rotating that wrist as we curl it to that shoulder. Release, step to center. Good. 30 seconds down. Strength can look different for everyone. You can push that weight. You can push those reps. If that weight is a little lighter, find that stretch. And stop. We are down for that bridged skull crusher. We are finishing out round 2. Ready? Dumbbells are up, bridge up, and go. So you're in that bridge. We are dropping at that elbow joint, squeezing through those triceps as those dumbbells extend. Squeeze, squeeze. Through the squeeze of that upper body, of those triceps, you are staying engaged in those glutes. Keeping that core activated as well through that glute bridge. 30 seconds down, you have 15 seconds to go. Nice job, you guys. and stop. 15 seconds to make your way back up. We are rolling into our third and final round of this group. That uneven squat curl switch. Ready? And go. Feet are shoulder width apart. We drop into those heels. We drive to the top. Driving through those heels. Core stays tight. We get that curl switch at the top, activating that upper body. Drive through that lower body. Curl switch. Good. Curl switch. Making sure those dumbbells aren't resting on that side body in that squat and in that curl. You have 5 seconds. And stop. You are down to the floor for that renegade row. You have a right, left into a push-up. You're in that high plank modification. You can drop into that tabletop. Ready? And go. So in high plank, we row right, we row left. You can drop to those knees for that push-up. On that push-up, you are lowering that entire body to the floor. Together. Extend up. Good. Hips are square, core is pulled in. Rowing those dumbbells. Rib cage, squeeze. Lower. Lift out of that, back to that high plank. You have 10 seconds. Great job, you guys. Keep working. And stop. We are bringing ourselves to the floor. We have that deadlift to high pull. Going in 5 seconds. Load it up. Ready? And go. Shift those hips. So we hinge, lowering, getting into that back side, those hamstrings. We drive to the top without overextending at the top. We go into that high pull. Core stays engaged. Lower body. Then we shift to that upper body. Again, you are hinging, finding that slight bend through that lower body. Flat back, driving at the top. Deadlift to high pull. 5 seconds. And stop. Reverse lunge to that curl. So whichever leg steps back in that lunge, that is the arm that is curling. That other arm is not resting at that side. It's staying out in that hold. Ready? And go. Reverse lunge. We curl. Staying in that lunge position, that static position through that curl. Step to center. Step it back. Reverse lunge. Curl. Curl it. Good. Step to center. Step it back. Curl. Keeping that core activated. Nice job. Full range of motion through that curl. You have 5 seconds. And stop. Making our way to the floor. Final 45 in this round. Bridge to skull crusher. Ready? And go. So you are bridging up, keeping those glutes in that core activated this entire 45 seconds. Pull that core in. We lower, drop at that elbow joint, extend to the ceiling. Drop, extend, engaging through those triceps. Squeeze, lower, lift, squeeze. 30 seconds down. You have 15 seconds to go. 10 seconds. You got this. and stop. Nice work. Make your way to your feet. You have about 45 seconds off. Go ahead and grab a drink. We are going into a 30-10 round. So we have 3 exercises, 30 seconds on, 10 seconds off, 2 times through. So we are starting with a weighted squat walk. So that weight is not at that chest. You have it out. We have do big step, half step, big step, half step for 30 seconds. Then we have an overhead press with a cross crunch. Overhead press, cross crunch. And then our final exercise in this group, we have a plank dumbbell pull through. So we pull that dumbbell through, pull it through. We're in that high plank position, starting with that weighted squat walk. Ready? And go. 30 seconds on, 10 seconds off. We go through 2 times. Big step, half step. Big step, half step. Good. So keeping that dumbbell right out in front of that body. You're not keeping it close to that chest. Finding that leverage. Big step, half step, big step, half step. And stop. You have 10 seconds. So that next one, we overhead press, we cross crunch. Ready? And go. Overhead press, cross crunch. Overhead press, cross crunch. Activated core through that overhead press, elbow to knee, through that cross crunch, elbow to knee. Overhead press, elbow to knee, cross crunch. Good. 5 seconds. And stop. You have 10 seconds. Make your way down into that high plank. We have that dumbbell pull through in that high plank position. Ready? And go. So we pull it through. Pull. Pull. That opposite arm is coming through, pulling that weight across that body, making sure those hips stay square to that mat. That belly button continues to stay pulled in. 3, 2, 1, and stop. You are back up. 10 seconds. We go into that weighted squat walk. Ready? And go. Big step, half step. Big step, half step. 2 rounds of continuous clock. You get that little 10-second transition break before we roll into that next exercise. Good. Big step, half step. Keeping that dumbbell out in front. Staying low. And stop. 10 seconds. We have that overhead press to that cross crunch. Ready? And go. Overhead press, cross crunch. Overhead press, cross crunch. Engage through that core. That core is not taking a single second off. Overhead press, cross crunch. Press it. Cross crunch. Nice job. Stay on it. And stop. 10 seconds to make your way down to the floor. We have that dumbbell pull through. You're in that high plank. Ready? And go. 30 seconds. High plank. We get that dumbbell pull through. Pulling that through. That body all the way across. Hips stay square. Belly button stays pulled in. Staying in that high plank. And stop. Great job. Go ahead and make your way up. You have about 30 seconds to grab a drink. Same format, different exercises. First 30, we have a burpee, dumbbell, pick up to stand. So you have that weighted burpee. They can go in front or in between. So that burpee, dumbbell, pick up to stand. Drop it open, burpee, pick up to stand. Then from there, dumbbells, you might have to drop in weight. Dumbbells go overhead. We drop that opposite arm as that opposite leg drives. So we have that overhead march with those alternating pulls or those drives. And then our final 30, we have a lateral lunge. We just drop, pulling that weight back to that chest. All right, starting with that weighted burpee, pick up to stand, ready, and go. Weighted burpee, pick up to stand, 30 seconds. Lift with those legs. You are not lifting through that back. If it's better for those dumbbells to be on the side of that body, you can put them on the side. If you would rather have them in between, put them in between, whatever's comfortable for you. Burpee, pick up to stand, all the way to stand. Good. And stop. You may need to swap out weights for this next one. Dumbbells stay overhead with that press. Ready? And go. So it lowers through that march. March, march. Focus on that breath. Don't hold that breath. Drive that knee as that opposite dumbbell lowers to that shoulder. 30 seconds, 10 seconds to go. Good. And stop. You may need to swap out weights again. We have that lateral lunge. We are reaching across with that dumbbell. Ready? And go. We stay wide. Lateral lunge, drop. Shift those hips. Shift them. Reach, slight rotation. Those hips shift back. We drop open. Pulling ourselves back to center. Pull. Pull. Good. And stop. 10 seconds. We go back to that weighted burpee. Pick up to stand. Ready? And go. So, weighted burpee. Pick up to stand all the way to the top. We lower. We drop. Pick up to stand. 30 seconds of work at a time. You got this. Pick up to stand. Be strong through that pickup. Lifting with those legs. Good. And stop. 10 seconds. Dumbbells are going overhead. We march through that alternating lower. Ready? And go. Dumbbells overhead. Opposite leg marches as that opposite arm drops. Keeping that belly button pulled in. Core is activated and engaged. You are focusing on that breath. Breathe through this. Drive that knee through the lower of that dumbbell. And stop. 10 seconds, we go into that lateral lunge with that alternating dumbbell. Drop. Ready? And go. Wide stance. We drop. We're pulling that dumbbell back to center. Lateral lunge. Good. Alternating. Making sure we shift those hips back. Shift them back. Driving that dumbbell to that chest before we get that next drop. And stop. Great job. Dumbbells down. Quick drink. You have 30 seconds. We have one more group of that 30-10. So we are starting single dumbbell. We are doing a weighted RDL. So you're gonna do that RDL swing. So we have a weighted RDL swing. We step it to center to that weighted jack. That opposite leg swings, RDL swing to weighted jack. Second exercise, you may have to swap out weights in that 10 seconds. We have that around the waist. Then our third and final exercise, we are going to the floor. We have a dumbbell pullover. We sit it up, punch it through. All right, starting with that weighted RDL swing to jack. 2 rounds, ready, and go. Weighted RDL swing to jack. So as we swing, that dumbbell drops over. We find stability at the top. Weighted jack. Swing it. Load. Jack. Swing. Woo! Can't look at my screen and try to do the exercise. Nice job, you guys. And stop. 10 seconds. May need a little heavier weight. We're going that around the waist. Ready? And go. So around the waist. Core is activated. That dumbbell is finding that same distance away from that body in the front and in the back. We're alternating that around the waist. Good, 10 seconds. Then we make our way to the floor. Then for that final 30 in this round 1, and stop. Make your way to the floor. Overhead pull to that sit-up, push through. Ready? And go. On that overhead pull, low back. Stays pressed into that mat. We sit it up. Punch that dumbbell through. On the way down, you're hitting vertebrae by vertebrae. Overhead pull. Sit it up. Punch. Good. Lower vertebrae by vertebrae. You on that overhead pull, that lower back stays pressed into that mat. And stop. 10 seconds to make your way back up. Second and final round. Weighted RDL swing to jack. Ready? And go. RDL swing. Weighted jack at the top. RDL swing. Weighted jack. Modification. If that balance is crazy off, you can just get that kickstand RDL to that jack. You go into that kickstand to that jack. Otherwise, if you can do that swing, working on that stability, that balance, that's where I want you. And stop. 10 seconds, we go to that around the waist. Ready? And go. Around the waist. Good. Stay on it, 30 seconds. We have 10 seconds to go, finding that same distance all the way around. Core is activated. 3, 2, 1. Make your way to the floor. We have that overhead pull with that sit-up punch through. 30 seconds to finish out this group. And go. So overhead pull. We sit up, punch through. Lower back stays pressed into that mat. Overhead pull. We sit it up. We punch it through. Pull it overhead. Sit it up. Punch. Good. Focus on that breathing. And stop. Nice job. Go ahead and set that dumbbell down. Quick drink if you need to. Giving you about 30 seconds off. So to finish out, we just have a little bit of a cardio core countdown, starting with 10 reps, going to 9 reps, 8 reps, So we just have one exercise per rep. So I'm going to do this with you. We are going on my count. If you can go faster, go faster. If you are not as fast, that's okay. Finish it out on your count. So we are doing 10 jumping jacks. Countdown into the new year. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. From there, we are going into 9 squat jumps. So we squat it, we explode. Ready? There's 1. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Our 8 is we're going into 8 walkouts. Ready? And go. We walk it out. We find high plank. We walk it in. To stand, there's 1. Walk it out. High plank. Walk it in. 2. Nice job, you guys. You can go with my count, or if you have your own pace, 3. Walk it out. High plank. Find that high plank. 4. High plank. Walk it in. There's 5. High plank. Hold. There's 6. We have 2 more. There's 7. Last one. Walk it out. High plank. Walk it in. There's 8. Our 7 reps. We're staying low. We have a shuffle with a touch. Shuffle with a touch. That's 1. So lateral and back is 1. Ready? And go. So we shuffle. We touch. We shuffle. We touch. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. There's 4. Get low. 5. Drop that butt on that touch. 6. And 7. Our 6. Countdown. We're doing 6 flat burpees. So you're going to burpee. You're going all the way to your stomach. Back up. Again, find your pace. I'm going to count it out. Ready? And go. All the way down. Back up. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. All the way down to that stomach. There's 4. There's 5. Last one. There's 6. Nice job, you guys. We're going to make our way to the floor. We have 5 push-ups. Ready? And go. Full push-ups. Lower and lift. 2, 3, 4, and 5. We roll it over. We have 4 dead bugs. Only 1 leg counts. So right arm, left leg. Drops. Back to center. Left arm, right leg. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. Last one. There's 4. Rock and roll it up. We are staying on the floor. We have a mountain climber with a knee tap. Only 1 leg counts. So we drive it, we tap, we drive, we tap. That's 1. Ready? And go. Drive, tap, drive, tap. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. Make your way to the feet. We have 2 X jumps. Ready? And go. So there's one, there's two. All right, our final one is a 1 minute plank hold. Final minute. Ready? You are on your forearms and go. So we are in that plank. Belly button is pulled in, making sure those arms, those hands are not touching. We're gonna focus on our breathing. You got this. We've already knocked out 20 seconds. Pulling that belly button in, keeping that core engaged, not looking through that body, keeping that gaze right down at the floor at your hands. Nice job. Another 20 seconds down. We have 20 seconds to go. Stay in it. Final 20, 10. You got this. Hold. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and drop. All right, that is our New Year's ball drop and workout. Great show up today, you guys. Have a great day. Bye.